The second important perspective is the conflict perspective. Now, conflict perspective is a major alternative to functionalism for the understanding and analyzing the structure of the societies. Now, this perspective is quite important and quite popular in the modern sociology or in the contemporary sociology. Although we don't see that much unified kind of approach amongst the different proponents of this perspective. So we see the difference, but still, despite these agreements, we see that they share, the conflict theorists share certain important assumptions. So they have a distinctive way of looking at the society, and when they are looking at the society, they are trying to be critical of functionalism. They are trying to highlight the limitations of the functionalism, and what they are focusing at is that conflict is a necessary feature of social life. Functionalists have not talked about it that way. They only try to refer to these kind of things as transitory. Maybe they are trying to, these situations could be temporary, transitory kind of disturbances, which might be, let's say, affecting the smooth functioning of the society, what they called as the equilibrium of the society. So we see that functionalists were looking at the integration of the society. We see that they talked about the interdependence of the parts, and not only the interdependent, then also they are integrated for the, let's say, smooth functioning of the society. So if there is any conflict, let's say between two parties, then there was a mechanism to resolve that conflict. So people were talking about the value consensus, people were talking about the norms, and these norms overpower the conflicting kind of situations, and again the society runs smoothly. Whereas conflict theorists see society as a big, let's say, arena where the different groups fight for power. So different groups look for power over other groups. So we see that how this conflict is controlled in the in view of the conflict theorists. The conflict might be controlled, but not by consensus. Conflict is controlled in this perspective by power, by suppressing the people who are less powerful, who might be conflicting with their interests. So the powerful try to bring the, let's say, peace in the society, but that they might resolve the conflict, but that resolution of the conflict is temporary. So what the focus is that the basis of force let's say resolution of the conflict is not the consent but the power of the people. So there is no permanent control. The powerful may temporarily control by suppressing the rivals. There might be different ways of using this suppression. So for functionalists, they think that civil laws they use civil laws as a means to social integration, the coordination, the interdependence, the smooth functioning of the society. whereas the conflict theorists consider that civil laws are the means of upholding a particular social order, and that social order is being upheld by those who are in power. It is let's say in support of the powerful. They benefit from that. So they benefit from that at the expense of others, and others are less powerful. If they have the civil laws, then who makes those civil laws? Civil laws are again made by the people in power. Whatever is the basis of this power, economic power or the political power or some other power, the powerful people have the laws, make the laws, and they make use of these laws for order in the society, but that order is temporary. Ultimately, again, some kind of conflict emerges. So powerful, the real beneficiaries of the social order. So if there is disorder in the society, disturbance in the society, that has to be suppressed, and that suppression is by the powerful people.